would, specifically the labels, they kind of really beat me down and made me feel like I had to be somebody else, like I couldn't be myself and kind of share what was unique to me. So doing it independently this time, I think he was really pivotal in allowing me to kind of say, okay, well, don't think about the way that I've always thought I had to do it. Think about the way that I can do it. And that's, a couple days later, I just started sitting down and writing, and this came to me. I guess it was kind of therapeutic,
Yeah. All right, let's start. Do we have our mics out? If not, I'm just gonna call and you're gonna need to project. Okay, you right here in the front.
Mm-hmm. Love the dress. Thanks, Mira. Such a good question. I think the best, obviously there's many different ways. I think for me, how I've learned to build a successful team is working with like-minded people that have the same shared goals. And that sounds cliche and stuff like that, but I think a lot of times when we're trying to get somewhere, we actually avoid that one major thing, which is finding collaborators that want to collaborate with you. We often are thinking, well, I gotta be with them, or I need to be cool with that person. Oh, this person's doing that, I need them to rock with me. Where we end up looking to other people to validate us and to make us feel that what we're doing is real. And the only thing that makes what you're doing real is you doing it and you believing in it. So I think finding people that believe in you, that don't need you to have this or that, but they actually see your vision from the peace sides of it. That's when you know you're working with people that are for you. And I think, that's what it's been like for me. Anybody that I work with is because they just really cared about what I was doing and believed in it.
Mr. Tricky Stewart, first, have you acted before? What was that like, your role here?
No, I try to stay as far away from the camera as possible, so I think that was my debut.
I think you killed it. You even got to laugh. They laugh.
So, tell us a little bit, that being a first, this being your first collaboration, right, with Keke? What was that like? First impressions in real life and then actually getting to work?
I think it was, it's all in timing. The experience is great because when you get to work with someone like Keke, who has put so much time into her craft in all these different directions, it's not, it's very rare that you find someone that's equally as strong at all these different things. And my thought process is really only music, right? And so in order for me to focus on someone that does music, it's like the bar is pretty high. And Keke has always met that bar at my highest point. And ultimately, it was just a situation in watching her grow. We're both from Chicago, so there's always been a nature of watching her and rooting for her. And I always just felt like, man, if I get the opportunity, it was always confusing. I didn't know what was going on. She illustrated in the film what was going on, but as a producer, you're kind of going, man, I wonder why they're not calling me. It's just one of those things. It's like she's been signed to many labels. I've been connected to those labels, and they just never put it together that this girl from Chicago should work with this guy from Chicago that understands the same kind of what it means to be black and from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It was a very simple thing. And we got together, and her voice just reminds me of all the classic singers that I've ever worked with, whether that was Whitney, Mariah, or Brandy, or she was just at that level vocally, and I was like, let's go, let's do it.
I love that. All right, we're gonna look